Business is more than grinding to get it done. It's people, process, and payroll done right. It's protecting your team, leveraging every penny out of every dollar to build and grow. From HR to insurance, from strategy to scale. We give you the playbook so you don't have to figure it out the hard way. This is the PEO Playbook, hosted by Chad Filley with Staff Brokers Inc. Get valuable insights and learn to grow your team without HR headaches. Let's get started.
All right, welcome to this week's edition of the PEO Playbook. You can reach us at PEOPlaybook.com. I am Chad Filley with Staff Brokers, and we're here to talk about everything PEO, professional employer organization, and how it relates to businesses and outsourcing, the everyday functions associated with payroll, work comp, human resources, benefits, etc. Today we have with us Joshua Brosich from Always a Sweep Chimney and Dryer Vent and Gas Services. I got that all right. That's all the name change.
I think you got it all.
All right, very good. Welcome. Appreciate you being here with us.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you having me here.
Well, first off, like I said, we're here to talk about PEO. And can you tell us, how did you end up using a PEO to start with?
Well, when we hired our first team member, we were not able to get workman's comp because we worked on roofs, and so we were in kind of alternate lines. No insurance companies. Many people said they would insure us. They'd be able to find us workman's comp, and went through all the process, and just nobody wanted to insure what we did. And so we ended up getting pushed into a PEO. With a company that we had been previous, and they found us workman's comp for our first couple of team members, and so that we could actually make sure that they were covered. And that was kind of our kind of initial, probably 7-8 years ago, initial kind of introduction to the PEO kind of process.
How would you say that, I guess you were pushed into it with the employees early because nobody was finding you insurable? How did you find that kind of changed the way that you ran your business, or had intended to run your business?
Well, so again, as a newer business owner, not having had employees, I really didn't know what to think. So it was really, it wasn't that big of a deal, because I was just kind of navigating and trying to figure things out as I went. I knew that I wanted to make sure my team was covered, and when I couldn't find solutions somewhere else, I just kept looking and found the PEO kind of option and the underwriting through that. Wasn't really like I had started with one, solution and then had to go there. I had no solutions.
Mm-hmm.
So for me as a newer business owner with new employees, it was the only thing that worked at the time.
Gotcha. Well, now that you've been in it for a while and have been with a couple different vendors, or at least 2 vendors that I'm aware of, what aspects of PEO do you find to be the most valuable for you?
Well, just really the ease of use. It really is. We now, having an established track record of having safe practices on the job site, we can actually get workman's comp through other means. But for us, it's just simple to use, and it's really nice having someone local that we can just call if we have questions, whether it's about HR, about workman's comp classifications, or just general, somebody that can take care of our payroll. So we've done some payroll in-house before. We've done mix and match before. It's so much simpler just to be able to have someone else take care of that. And it's really easy, especially since coming over working with Staff Brokers. You've made the process just so much simpler. It's just been night and day difference.
Well, good. Thank you. That was that's always our intention. What is one of the most frustrating or time-consuming part of managing those responsibilities that you had on your own when you were doing your own payroll type stuff?
Well, any business owner that's done payroll on their own knows it is very, very time-consuming. There's a lot of forms that have to be filled out on a semi-regular basis, not just every week or every 2 weeks, depending on how you pay. We pay every week, but there's just there's annuals, there's quarterly, there's so many things that need to be filed, and having a company that just takes care of all of that and just sends us a copy. Hey, this is done. That's really, really helpful. It's the amount of time that we save and that we can focus in on our business. how to provide better value for our customers, how to provide better training for our team members so that we can provide the very best service. Those are the kind of things that we want to be focusing on as business owners, not the nitty-gritty details of being compliant with the state and with the federal government and everything else that comes along with those payroll responsibilities.
Have you seen a noticeable cost savings by using PEO, or increased return on investment with sounds like the free time or the time that's been freed up that you would normally be doing these other things, that been able to see a return on using PEO?
Yeah, as far as the freed up time is one of those things that's hard to calculate the value of that. But certainly freed up a tremendous amount of time. But even just on a return on the investment with regards to the cost of processing payroll, and the actual like workman's comp rates, having a PEO company that can go out there and keep track of where the rates are, whether or not the company that we're with is charging rates that are competitive in the marketplace. When we moved over and had staff brokers take over our payroll, and we saved that first year, I think it was almost $40,000 just the first year in processing and actually workman's comp rate cost, because of how simple it was and how you and your team made it really simple to break up the workman's comp classification codes, and even then, just the fees, the processing fees were quite a bit less. So I'm only comparing one PEO company to another, but we saved a lot of money that first year.
Has partnering with a PEO helped impact employee satisfaction or retention? Are they getting some use out of some of the benefits that are available there?
We probably use very little, unfortunately, of all of the different options and I guess tools that the PEO company offers. And some of that's just a matter of time. But the ones that we do use, and probably the biggest benefits to our team, is how easy Staff Brokers has made it to take out all kinds of pre-tax type benefits that we've started offering. So as we open up a new program for our team members, whether it's a retirement plan, whether it's adding on some kind of outsourced health insurance and other types of supplemental insurance options, Staff Brokers has made it really simple to try to integrate those in so that we have the best of what makes most sense for our team. And Staff Brokers has made it so where we can actually integrate those into our system pretty seamlessly. It's been pretty minimal amount of effort on our part. We reach out, say, hey, we're trying to do this, and you guys connect us with people inside the agency that can help us make that happen. So it's been great for us.
Have the employees been making good use of their access through their ability to get in and get to their own pay stubs, change their direct deposits, that kind of stuff, so that's one more headache that's off of your plate?
Sure. So every team has its more tech savvy and less tech savvy team members, and
Right.
we certainly have a mix. We, being in the craftsman world, we have some that have less tech savvy kind of skills, but even that. With just a little bit of instruction and training, even some of them, those team members have been able to get in, find their own, W-2s, be able to pull pay stubs if they're trying to get a loan. A lot of times they'll reach out and ask, and I'll just connect them to somebody on the Staff Brokers team to help them, show them how to do it the first time, and they're in and off to the races. So it's a real easy access. It's been great for our processing and just time saving as an admin team.
Good deal. So how does working with a PEO give you peace of mind as far as in running your business?
Oh, one of the things is keeping track of all the different regulations. One of the hardest parts of running any business is just knowing which government regulations we're missing. And there's always something that we just don't know about. So one of the things about having staff brokers help with that is we're constantly getting emails. Hey, this is a requirement. Need to this is coming up, and most of we've just turned all of it over to staff brokers, just have them process and take care of. It's just made it really simple, and it's a peace of mind that hey, I'm not going to get called out for and get fined, because we've got first couple of years in business, we got fined for a lot of things just not knowing we were supposed to be doing this thing. And so that's been one of the big helps from staff brokers. Hey, this is taken care of. Just so you know, we got this filed for you.
Yeah, that's right. That was the overtime laws that were danced around for all of last year. That was fun to get prepared for all this stuff, and then the federal judge block it at the last minute. So that kind of stuff on an everyday basis. If you stopped using PEO tomorrow, what would you miss the most?
My hair. I'd probably pull my hair out. I mean, I can't really imagine doing that. We've got a really good admin team, and I don't think I'd want to put that on our admin team. Maybe as teams get a lot bigger and they've got a lot more resources, they might be able to pull in HR, but we don't use the HR portion much. But I think I would miss that benefit for sure. And I don't think I'd ever really want to go back to processing payroll in-house if we can help it. There's just a lot of things that just get taken care of kind of seamlessly behind the scenes that we wouldn't want to have to take the stress of that back onto our team. We want to focus on serving the customer well. We don't want to focus on all the details. It's a very specialty kind of niche that somebody's got to keep track of what all the requirements are when they change. And that's just a major pain most business owners really either shouldn't be doing, or if they are doing it well, the time that they're spent doing that well, they're not doing something else well.
Gotcha. So, very good. What would you say to another construction company owner that was considering using a PEO for outsourcing?
Why haven't you already started? To me, it's unless you're just working by yourself and you've got all 1099 team members, I don't know why you wouldn't have a PEO take care of that, outsource that, make sure that's taken care of, and focus on what you do well. Yeah. Why are you waiting? Like, it's a no-brainer.
All right. Well, very good. That's it for today's episode of PEO Playbook Podcast. Again, you can reach out to us through PEOPlaybook.com for any questions, and connect with us there, and we will be able to help you out with any questions that you may have as it relates to that. So thanks for listening, and see you next time.
Thanks for tuning in to the PEO Playbook, where we help business owners unlock the power of PEOs and take their team to the next level. This episode was proudly brought to you by Legacy Sales Engineering. If you're ready to simplify HR, scale your business, and put the right team behind you, visit staffbroker.net to get started with Staff Brokers today.